One of us is going to say Bolo Shri Sadguru, and then we're going to come in and say Deva Ki Jai, which means victory to the divine, another way of saying it. And he'll come in, he'll get situated. Uh, yeah, we're going to stand when he walks in. And it's, again, it makes him feel more welcome. And when he feels more welcome and more loved, then he gives better talks. That's one way to look at it. I've noticed that. I mean, he never gives a bad talk. It's just he's really like fired up. I mean, he'll feel it. He feels it. So uh, there's a two things happening when he gives a talk. So there's the things he says, which are for your mind, and then there's a transmission taking place, and it's taking place from his heart to your heart, and through his eyes. Uh, if you look at his eyes, that helps establish that energetic transmission. Um, and I stopped taking notes when I realized I was missing too much. And I had a funny thought one day was, wow, I have all these journals. Am I going to carry them around with me so that I can look up the thing that he said to apply it to the situation I'm in? And it feels like that if I don't write down everything he says, that I'm not going to get it. Really what he's trying to do is establish an energetic connection between you and source so that you have access to that universal, changeless, timeless knowledge that's available to everybody. And the and that's really what we're doing here is he's trying to help us establish a connection. But if he just sat here and didn't talk, you guys would be feeling funny about paying for that and sitting here for that. It might not translate into how we were raised and how we were brought up. So he speaks to us to, again, have the mind calm down so that the heart can start to open and the knowledge can start to transfer through the eyes. And you will know, you will feel it. And I feel like that's the best way to approach this stuff. If you do have a question, write it down. You should probably forget. And then at the end, if there's time, we might have people come up and ask him questions. And if he invites you up, get up close, try to speak clearly, try not to forget what you were going to say. It's okay, we've all done it. And just take in this time. Uh, I believe he's one of the most powerful spiritual teachers out there. And I've had enough discussions with him about his life and how he makes decisions to know that he really is living the teachings. I asked him what his 5-year plan was. He laughed at me. That's how he lives. He ain't thinking about 5 years in the future. He's thinking about right this second. And that's, to me, that's the thing to learn, is how can you be this excuseless present being moment by moment where you don't connect with this idea of who you were in the past to decide how you're going to be right now. He doesn't make any excuses. He trudges forward no matter what's in front of him. Hurricane? No, I got to go to North Carolina. He went to North Carolina. I'm like, okay. He doesn't make excuses. And when life shows up, he shows up too. And it's really beautiful. This is a shock. He's the AV guru of AYI.
Your body, your energy body, is the abode of the timeless presence. Now, when you are silent, you are also present now. When you are silent, you feel the energy blocks in your body, energy body. When you are for it or against it, you don't feel it. You are thinking about it. So remain in choiceless, objective, silent awareness. Relax. Silence does not do anything to change anything. It is objective awareness. It can just see what is as is. If there is pain in the body, discomfort, it looks at it. It does not complain about it. It does not judge it. It is not for it or against it. Know the difference. Allow yourself to be even more silent, choiceless, objective awareness. Mm. Mm. Once you are objectively aware of what is present, you do not judge. Means you have become the presence yourself. Now recognize that you are connected to the timeless presence now. Means you have connected to the authentic self that you are now. God within you. Now, gradually open your eyes. Every time you identify yourself with time-bound ego mind, that you are not. You are not what you think about yourself. You are not what you think about the other. You are not what you think about what the event that is happening you, that is scaring you or attracting you. All that comes from you, your thinking. Everything you think doesn't go to you. It goes to the memory event of the past. Why? Because every time you reactively think about person or an object that is present now, it is coming from the look-alike memory event triggered by who or what is present now. Means the ego mind just simply perceives life events, relationships through the look-alike memory events, frozen memory events, frozen because they're built in your energy body of the timeless presence in the form of energy blocks. We call it PTSD. Now you know. When somebody triggers the look-alike memory event from your PTSD, who is going to hear it? Who is going to see it? Not you. Memory event. Do you understand? So if you know this truth, that becomes the turning point of creating a shift from who you are not to who you are. Because when you hear it from the past, you are reliving the memory event of the past. You have reincarnated memory event. You are no longer living life that is happening now. You are reliving the past. How insane that is. And yet, most people spend their entire life living in the reincarnated memory events. Very little of the life they really live that is happening now. They live past. This is amazing. This is how most people live most of the time. If you pay attention when you are irritated by your husband, by your wife, with your children, your business partner, your lover, who is irritated? Who is upset? Who is frustrated? Who is angry? Not you. Authentic you cannot be irritated. It lives in the present. Who is irritated? One who lives in the memory events, ego mind. If you just know this truth, your whole life can change. When somebody irritates you, you will say, thank you for irritating me, because now I know. You have reminded me who I am not. The door has opened. That person who created disturbance for the memory event is a doorway to freedom from the memory. Do you understand? But only for the person who knows this truth. So, how many times in a day you get irritated? Like the children don't do their bed and you are irritated. They throw their clothes everywhere, you are irritated. They don't eat breakfast properly and they rush to the school. And then you drive them, and then the traffic jam and you are irritated. You are late because the child made you late, you are irritated. There are many different ways. Ego has already established in the habit of being frustrated with what happens outside. Do you understand? So many ways. And every time you are irritated, look what you are doing to yourself. When you are irritated, you have angry, fearful, irritated, emotional thoughts. Look what happens. The parasympathetic female energy of God follows your mind and builds it. That energy builds energy block in your body. You are spending the wealth of God, means the energy of God, to abuse you. The ego is using the wealth of God, the energy of God, to build energy blocks and be in self-abusive way, as long as you identify with it, not otherwise. This is the most amazing thing. You can make yourself free. Every time it happens, you just take your time, because somebody irritates you. You cannot easily shift it from irritation to peace. No, it's not possible. Some people, after they are irritated, for example, if they're irritated by the husband who was abusive, he has left. The divorce has been complete. He's gone for 6 years. But 6 years every day, the wife, in her monologue, reincarnates the memory events and punishes herself, abuses herself. Is that wife doing that? No. The ego in the wife is doing that. Do you do that? Yes, everybody does that. When somebody irritated you, you don't drop it. You carry it in your monologue and be in a self-abusive mode. Use God's energy to abuse your body with stress, with energy blocks of stress you build in it. So now Body is the playground of God and ego. So your parasympathetic female energy body, the pranamaya kosh, is the abode of the sympathetic presence, Shiva consciousness, God within you. And ego mind has built PTSD, energy blocks. So this is common to all humanity, because humanity has collectively evolved from subconscious animal instinctive energy body, the abode of the divine presence, into self-conscious ego mind. And now, for thousands of years, the ego mind has evolved. Look what it has done, miracles in the outer world. So the ego mind can use the energy of God to create something in the outer world, but at the cost of energy of the inner world. Did you hear that? So when you use your energy any other than sustenance, survival, safety, and health and well-being of the body, when you do for the survival of the ego mind that tries to survive in its memory events of the past, every time you use energy, it is self-abusive use. Why self-abusive? Because it's going to be in your body as a memory stress energy block. Smart, huh? This is what scientists have discovered. This is the most amazing discovery. But when I first read that, I could not believe. The discovery says that average human being uses only 10% of his brain. I said, how is it possible? But now when I know, most people in their thousands and thousands of years of journey through the ego mind, time-bound ego mind, has built so much energy blocks in the body. So when they look at the world, they cannot see the part that they have energy blocks. They can only see only 10%, the tip of the visible tip of the iceberg. What is invisible below cannot see. And when you cannot see, everywhere you do, everywhere you go, everything you do, you are in conflict. Means, like even Titanic, big ship can get cracked from just unconscious part of, submerged part of the iceberg. Did you understand? This is why when you have conflict with somebody, it is with your invisible, submerged part of the iceberg, the unconscious ego mind that lives in the form of energy blocks in your body. The question is, do you like to live that way? No. And nobody likes it. So what do? The ego says, if you don't like the stressful reliving with the memory events of all the people who abuse you, who hurt you, if you don't want to live with it, you have stress. The ego mind cannot solve the problem, the core problem. So it says, it finds the ways to relax superficially. So have alcohol, sex, drugs, work hard, keep your mind quiet, suppressed, denied. But the suppressed mind is still carrying stress, and then stress is the cause of 85% of all physical, mental, and emotional health-related problems are all stress-related problems created by ego mind that you identify with as who I am. So all the problems that appears in your body in the form of health problems, stress-related, mental health, emotional health, relationship problems with yourself, with others. What is it? It's from your past. This is why yoga, I am yoga. Other yoga does not say that. Says what Patanjali says. Patanjali says the discipline of yoga, first sloka, very first sloka, beginning of the sloka, the master who wrote this scripture 2,500 years ago, and it was before that, but he put it in a very systematic, scientific way. And first he explains, if you want to be free from this suffering, which is yoga, which means integration, he says discipline of yoga happens now. Integration happens now. It cannot happen in the memory events of the past. Do you understand? So simple, so creative, so important for us to remember that whenever you are suffering from anything, any anxiety, depression, fear, anger, jealousy about anybody, about yours, is coming from your past. So then Patanjali says, the discipline of yoga happens now. You can drop it right now. Do you understand? Right now. And when you have that angry thought, see if you feel. It's like so hot, like a coal in your hand. Drop it. This you can do about simple events. Every day, so many false things that you get upset about. You are not upset. Your memory event, PTSD, is upset. And you are replaying your old habit again and again and suffer from it. So as long as you identify with ego mind, I call it ultimate masochist. It's so self-abusive. And if you identify with it, you are self-abusive. But if you drop it in the present moment, it cannot be dropped in future. Did you know that? So everybody says, well, I'm unhappy now, but with this enemy, but I'm going to leave this country. He will never find me anymore to the other country. You didn't solve the problem because he was not where he is. He is in your memory. In your self-talk, it's still there. And you will live with reincarnated self-talk again and again. These are some of my in-depth insights and understanding as I practice my own awakening experience I had in 1970. So what I'm telling you is not a philosophy. It's not a philosophy of yoga. And because I wanted to transmit it to those who are ready, like you are ready. Otherwise, you won't be here. But you don't know what is it that you need to do to get rid of what you don't want to do. Problem is, you hear it and you forget it. So this is the major problem of all spiritual seekers who are trying to solve their problems that appear in their love life, family life, work life, or social life. This is what everybody is trying to do. So they're trying to solve the problem because the problem is dualistic. Means when you see problem is to solve the problem of what you like. What you like is not a solution, but it's a problem to be solved so that what you like, and more like, be more with it. But that is along with the memory problem of what you don't like. There is nothing that you liked and got addicted to in your life is without it turning it into what you don't like in time, in your memory. Did you hear that? In memory, what you like and don't like live together. Outside, you try to solve the problem by being attracted to what you like. That is why, even if it works, it's a half solution. Other half lives in your memory fears that didn't get resolved. Very insightful, very deep. You won't find this clarity properly in psychology books or yoga books or spiritual books. So you have to be fortunate to have come. You are guided. Here, each one of you. But see, this is what happens. You are guided to a master, to a guru. And then you don't give yourself totally to practice it, his teachings. You have so many things that needs to be done in life. So you postpone it. No, Patanjali says you have to do it now. Not all of it, but everything at a time. Just drop it. All the addiction, you are addicted to someone or something, and it irritates you because they are not coming along with what you are attracted to, or a person or a job. Or naturally, when you are attracted to someone, something, some event in the afterlife, you cannot control the other. But this good news is you can control yourself. You can drop your addiction, you're free. When you drop your addiction, guess what? You drop your fears of not getting it also at the same time. Or because in your past, all the memory events that you liked are the ones that you didn't like. There was no event of absence of like that came as you dislike, ever. Did you hear that? So what you dislike, it pre-exists as what you like. If it does not pre-exist, the dislike doesn't happen. If you don't have attraction, repulsion can never happen. Like if you means only if you are attracted to someone, you will be afraid and resist someone. Like there are many other people you're not attracted to. You don't resist them either. Right? So you will never be unhappy. From being divorced from the husband you never married. But you will be unhappy from the abusive husband. You got divorced. You are happy. But that is not a complete solution. It's a half solution. Because in your memory, you got rid of husband that created fear. Now you want to get rid of memory fear, that husband in your self-talk, right? What happens? You are abusing yourself. Because in reality, at the level of reality of timeless presence that you are, your husband is also you. Any person, anywhere is you. Anything, anywhere. The mountains, the trees, the stone, the birds, the animals, everything is you. A timeless you. Because everything is animated by the consciousness that you are. Through the energy, your own energy body. So you are that before as human beings you are born, there was no God anywhere because there was no separation. But as soon as we are born, separated from the timeless presence into time-bound ego mind, God was also born because of the separation. So some people say, why did God make this universe so miserable? He could have made it so happy and peaceful world. No. Without this separation, there cannot be evolution of the subconscious I am polarity into superconscious oneness experience without the separation. So this is, as human beings, we are born separated from God. It gives us the unique facility as a human being to reunite and evolve from subconscious and unconscious to superconscious, non-dual oneness experience. If you see this whole connection, you can practice it. You don't need anybody or read any scriptures. All you have to remember is who you are and how to reconnect with it. That's it. So this teachings empowers you to do the connection, yoga, unifying experience with your own female energy, to unite with your own male Shiva consciousness on the Sahasrara, the Kundalini Shakti at the base of the spine. So our path is awakening that Shakti of God. It is asleep. Where? In the PTSD. When you release that energy, the trapped energy in unconscious ego mind, released consciously, begins to do the prana kriyas in the body. That is moving from subconscious self-healing, self-balancing, homeostatic functions into evolutionary functions. That is the miracle. And that this system Our lineage shows that divine practice. That is what was revealed by Dadaji to Bapuji, to me, now to you. But Bapuji never explained me all these details. So Bapuji told me the secrets, but I had to. So that was like a very high voltage. I had to make it more understandable for the average person. So I developed the whole thing. I made it Bapuji's yoga. He just taught me pranakriyas, chitta and pranakriyas, about Shakti and Shiva, and taught me something of that secret written in Bhagavad Gita, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. But I got so deeply connected to what Bapuji taught me, and I experienced it, that I made a whole new system of Kripalu Yoga out of it. But I wanted to make sure that I have done it correctly. So I translated that book into Gujarati and gave it to Bapuji to check. And he was so amazed. He said, I just gave you such simple technique of pranakriyas and just taught you some philosophy, and you made a whole practice of yoga. See, that is why I could become one of the core disciples who could carry his message to the West. Do you understand? And that's why. So this is very special teachings. It is, most teachings don't come from the lineage of enlightened masters and the enlightened guru. They come from philosophy they have read from somebody who never got enlightened. He just learned it as a philosophy. That does not have the power of energetic transmission. See, that is why in this program you'll be learning everything about how to reconnect with your energy body. Do you understand? And that's a pranakriya. Like this is just learning first lesson that there is energy body. Do you understand? There is positive and negative, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, male and female. You see, this each palm represents male-female polarity. So when you enter into energy body, you find your male hand and your female hand are attracted like a magnet. You see, that is why you learned that technique, right? Indu told me. So that is just the first lesson. But everything I said is without that doesn't mean anything. There are many people, Bapuji gave Shaktipat, and they experience even the energy, but without this understanding, they couldn't continue. But somehow, I was awakened enough to carry that message, practice it. Even when I came to America, even when I was not as much with him during my early years, like I was with him only when I was 16, 17, 18, perhaps, and 19, that's it. Then I went to college, I went to a job, and I was not much in touch with Bapuji. I went to Air Force in India, and I was connected in a very subtle level. So when I came to America, people asked, did you know that? Did you came with the ambition to become a guru? I said that was nothing in my mind. I didn't even know that I'll be teaching yoga. I said I never attended any yoga class in my whole life with anybody. Bapuji didn't teach me Hatha Yoga. Bapuji was practicing Kundalini Yoga. Do you understand? I learned Hatha Yoga from just a chart in my gym. And that's all I did. And I started teaching yoga. And so powerful it became that I taught from 1960 to 66, I taught partially for weekend and in the evening. And then 1966, I dropped my job and started teaching full time. But there was no security of money. I just trusted that the life will take care. That trust is necessary for you also. If you want to continue, don't be just so entangled into insecurity that is trying to be secure by collecting enough wealth that you can depend on and get so stressed out that by the time you get old, you can use the money only for buying medicine and going to hospital and turn yourself into very expensive old age home. Very convenient, and it's beautifully seated. When I see old age homes, beautiful lake, beautiful room, beautiful service, but you are living with your stressful memory mind you have brought to such an extreme level that you are living not in the old age home, you are living in your messed up body, health problems. Now, you don't have energy. The mind has no energy to do anything. Like you cannot indulge in alcohol, food, drugs, outer scenery, nothing. You have no escapes left that you use as an ego mind all your life. So now you are trapped in the ego mind that you never mastered or practiced to manage it. So right now, I am getting old. I'm seeing the same thing. But I know I have lived in consciousness. So when things were taken away from me, it was ultimate crucifixion of the ego mind, not just the body. If it is a body crucifixion, it's over. But when it is ego, you have to live after that. So, but this was not the external event. It was the internal event arranged by the masters to see the final test. See if you pass, you are done. So it was my doorway to freedom. Do you understand? But your doorway to freedom also is there right now. Can you let go what you are addicted to and what you are afraid of? Each time you let go, another door will open up. Did you hear that? So it's an ongoing process. So please don't try to solve it in future. There is no future. Ego mind has made up as future. Time does not exist in reality. So most people, they don't want to drop it now. They say, when I retire, I'll drop it. Well, most people, when they're retired, they're retarded. They have no mind, they have no body, they have no energy, they have so much stress that is coming through their mind. They cannot do anything. to change their life very easily. See, that's why I want to build a community where you are supported during this crucial time. So you turn your messy life into golden life in the later part of your life. And then it is about how to live a life consciously. So this is your introduction and opening that gives you opening how you can live this in your life. Do you understand? This is not a philosophy. That is what I have lived it. And if I have lived it, anybody else can live it. If Buddha has lived it, if Christ has lived it, or many others have lived it, anybody else can live it. This is what Christ said when he said, "You shall do everything I have done and more." That was the most amazing statement. So keep that in your heart. Everything that you are doing here, make sure you use it right away in your everyday life. And then I would like to hear from you, like how it worked. And then what did you do and how did it happen? Or how it didn't work. And then you can get guidance. Okay? Jai Bhagavan. Do you see? Did you feel that the time went like seconds? We just started. Why? Because when I teach you, I'm not in my mind. I'm in my heart, in my energy body. That has no time. It's a timeless presence that speaks through me. And it is all timeless presence in you can hear it. But the ego mind will say, listen to what he says, but I'll take care of you later.